Hello class, in this video I will be discussing the next lesson, which is lesson 3 for module 2. Our topic would be equivalence. So when we say equivalence, or the equation of value is obtained by setting the sum of the values on a certain comparison or focal date of one set of obligations equal to the sum of the values on the same date of another set of obligations. So I would like to discuss further na sa economy, you have to take note na kapag magkaiba yung time, hindi nyo siya pwedeng i-add. So, um, for example, eto, gawa tayo ng cash flow, for example. Yan. So, kunyari, gawa tayo ng cash flow. Yan. Yan. So, kung halimbawa, lagyan natin ng division. Yan. Kung 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Diba, usually, for example, ano tayo, gawa tayo ng example na pagpatayo, papasok yung pera, diba? Sa economy, hindi pwedeng ipag-add mo lang basta-basta yung pera kapag magkakaiba sila ng time. Kasi, kumbaga, nade-disregard yung interest or yung inflation na tinatawag, okay? So, dito, hindi pwedeng, pag halimbawa, ang question dito is compute for the accumulated amount. Hindi pwedeng ang accumulated amount or future worth natin is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 100. Ibig sabihin ba meron siyang 600 pesos after 5 years? No. Hindi yun pwede, guys. Kasi, yung 100 pesos ngayon ay iba sa 100 pesos after. Kahit na sabihin na walang interest. Ano kasi yan yung inflation ba, 'di ba? Yung 1 million ngayon, iba naman sa 1 million after 2 years or 3 years kasi it's either bababa yung economic value ni 1 million after 2 years. So, sa economy, hindi pwedeng yung 100 pesos mo at time 0 ay equivalent sa 100 pesos after 1 year. Hindi po sila equal. Numerically equal, pero hindi po sila economically equal. Okay? Kailangan po, lagi nyong gagamitin, it's either compound, kung compounded siya, or simple. Okay? Hindi pwedeng basta-basta lang i-equate mo. So, for example, meron kang pera dito, tapos i-equate mo siya dito, kailangan dadalhin mo muna lahat ng values at time 0. Dadalhin mo muna lahat papunta sa time 0 or dadalhin mo lahat papunta sa time ng 5 years. Ayan. So, depende sa'yo. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan natin siya, maglagay tayo ng example. Magsagot tayo ng example. Ayan. A man bought a lot worth 1 million if paid in cash. On the installment basis, he paid a down payment of 200,000, 300,000 at the end of 1 year, 400,000 at the end of 3 years, and a final payment at the end of 5 years. What was the final payment if interest was 20%? Okay. Gawa muna tayo ng cash flow. Guys, pag magsosolve kayo ng problem, it is advisable na mag-cash flow muna para mas madaling intindihin si problem. Okay, ilang years to? 5 years. Okay. 5 years. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, paano natin gagawin yung cash flow nito? Sabi niya, a man bought a lot worth 1 million if paid in cash. So, dun tayo sa point of view ni buyer. Okay? Kapag paid in cash, ibig sabihin lumabas yung pera. So, ibig sabihin, ang arrow natin is pababa. Ito ay worth 1 million. Okay. On the installment basis, so, kumbaga parang ito dalawang senaryo. Kapag magbabayad daw siya ngayon, ang babayaran niya is 1 million. Pero may installment cases din or pwede din siyang mamili kung mag-i-installment basis siya. Ngayon, ibayin natin yung kulay. Ayan. 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 So, kung mag-i-installment basis siya, ang unang gagawin niya daw is, on the installment basis, he paid a down payment. Ngayon, kung mag-i-installment siya, magda-down lang siya ng gawa tayo ng another. So, dalawang cases yan ha. Meron, magpipay siya ngayon ng cash, cold cash, or magpipay siya in installment basis. Okay? So, kung mag-installment basis siya, kailangan niya daw mag-down ng magkano? 200,000. Yan. 300,000 tas installment 300,000 at the end of 1 year. So, after 1 year, dito siya. 300k ulit. Okay? 400,000 at the end of 3 years. And a final payment at the end of 5 years. So, ito, hindi natin alam. X. Yan. What was the final payment if interest was 20%? So, meron kang given na 20%. Ngayon, sa equivalence, ang ginagawa natin mostly is to equate the first scenario to the second scenario or the first option to the second option. Sa first option niya, magbabayad siya ng 1 million. Cold cash, bayad na siya. Okay? Pero meron isang option na pwedeng installment basis. Ngayon, ang hinahanap dito, magkano daw yung final payment. Ngayon guys, hindi pwedeng 1 million is equals to 200,000 plus 300,000 plus 400,000. Sulat natin para maintindihan. Hindi po pwede na ang gagawin nyo is 1 million is equivalent to 200k plus 300k plus 400k plus x. Hindi po pwede yan. Not allowed. Okay? Hindi po ito algebra. Okay? Hindi po rin ito simple math. Ito ay economy. Sa economy, kapag magkaiba ang oras or magkaiba ang araw or magkaiba ang taon, hindi po pwedeng i-add or isusubtract ng direct. Kailangan mo siyang dadalhin sa iisang oras or iisang time frame or iisang period. Okay? kailangan pare-pareha sila. So, anong gagawin natin, ma'am? Ganito po ang tamang solution. Ito, i-equate natin dito sa pangalawa in such a way na lahat is nasa time 0. Okay? Ma'am, bakit sa time 0? Kasi si 1M mo ay nasa time 0. So, doon natin siya dadalhin. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dyan is 1 million equals 200,000 nasa time 0 ba? Yes. So, walang problema. Plus, si 300,000 nasa first year o yung ikaunang taon. So, anong gagawin natin? We have to go here. Ma'am, paano po natin gagawin yan? So, if you could remember our formula na F is equals to P 1 plus R over M raised to MT. At saka yung P is equals to F 1 plus R over M raised to negative MT. Diba? Ngayon, dito, ang future natin ay yung given, yung 300,000. Ang hinahanap natin is yung present worth niya at time 0. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. Ito. Okay? So, paano gagawin? 300,000 times 1 plus if interest was 20%. So, kung mapapansin nyo, wala siyang sinabing compounded yearly, ganyan. So, ibig sabihin, ang default nito is compounded yearly. Since makikita mo naman na yung year ay ang bayad niya is nasa years. 'Di ba? Wala naman sa first quarter, second quarter. So, ang i-consider natin dyan is ang bayad niya per year. So, compounded yearly tayo, 0.20 raised to ilang taon? Negative 1. Okay? First year lang. Okay? Plus, ito na lang natin sa baba ilagay. Yung 400,000 mo ay nasa ang ikailang taon? Tatlo. So, ganun din. 1 plus 0.20 raised to negative 3. Ang ginawa natin is si 400k dinala natin sa time 0. Plus x, dadalhin din natin to sa time 0. 1 plus 0.20 raised to negative 5. Yan. Okay? And then, si x, isi-shift solve na natin. Mag-open tayo ng calculator. So, 1 million $200,000 plus 300,000 times 1.2 raised to negative 1 plus 400,000 1.2 raised to negative 3 plus x 1.2 raised to negative 5. Shift solve. Yan. Ang sagot ay 792,576, which is tama. Okay. 792,576. So, ito pala yun. Yan yung final payment niya. Okay. Remember guys ha, hindi pwedeng direct addition or subtraction kapag magkaiba yung timeline. Okay? Next. The present worth of several future cash payments may be defined as the sum of values of the future payments discounted at a given rate for the corresponding period to the present. Find the present value of installment payment of 1,000 now, 2,000 now at the end of first year. Okay. Parang malito. 2,000 at the end of the first year, 3,000 at the end of second year, 4,000 at the end of the fourth year. If money is worth 10% compounded annually, ayan, may sinabi siya. So, gawa muna tayo ng cash flow. Ilan to? 4 na taon. Okay. So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ayan. So, sabi niya, ano daw, sabi niya dito, find the present value. Okay. Present value yung hinahanap. Ano daw si present value? Okay. Kung magkakaroon ng installment payments na ganito. So, gawa tayo ng another cash flow. Control C. Gawa tayo ng another cash flow. Yan. Kung magkakaroon daw ng payment na 1,000 ngayon, down payment, 2,000 at the end of the first year, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2,000 after first year, 3,000 at the end of second year, 4,000 at the end of the fourth year. Yan. So, magkano daw yung present worth niya? So, ang hinahanap is yung sum niya at time 0. So, anong gagawin natin? We have to add by placing all the values at time 0. Kailangan natin i-convert muna yung price nila sa time 0. So, P, ang equation natin dyan is P is equals to 1,000. Ma'am, bakit 1,000? Kasi time 0 naman siya. So, rectang plus 2,000. Ito yung kailangan nating ibalik ng ilang taon. Isa lang. 1 plus 0.10 compounded annually. So, walang problema. Negative 1 plus 3,000. Balik natin ng 2 taon. Plus 4,000. Balik natin ng 4 na taon. Okay. So, pwede na nating i-add. 1,000 plus 2,000, 1.1 raised to negative 1 plus 3,000 1 plus 1.1 raised to negative 2 plus 4,000 raised to 1.1 raised to negative 4 equals, oops, parang may mali ako. 1, 2, 1.1, negative 1, 3, oops. Saan ako nagkamali? 1,000 plus 2,000, 1.1 negative 1, plus 3,000, 1.1 negative 2, plus 4,000, 1.1 negative 4. Okay. 8,000 dapat. Bakit 11,000 yung nandiyan? Tingnan natin. Okay. So, mali yung nandito. 8,000 talaga siya. Yan. Huwag niyong pansinin yan. Ang price nito ay dapat 8,029.57. Okay? Right. So, next. Next. Suppose a businessman is considering the purchase of a business machine that is expected to be obsolete in 5 years. The machine is worth 100,000. The prevailing rate of interest is 15%. Okay? Suppose he made an investment of his gross yearly income as follows. Ayan. At year 1, 20,000. Year 2, 25,000. Year 3 is 35. Year 4 is 30,000. And year 5 is 25,000. Ngayon, pinapa-compute kung alin, okay. Tinatanong dyan kung kumita ba siya, profitable ba, kung ganyan yung kita niya. Okay? Kada taon, gumastos siya ng 100,000, tapos ang kita niya is, yan yung naka-indicate for 5 years. So, kumita kaya siya. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin, gawa muna tayo ng cash flow ulit. Five years. So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, sa unang taon, kumita daw siya 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sa unang taon, kumita daw siya ng 20,000. Sa pangalawa, kumita siya ng, baliktad. Okay. Dapat pataas. Kita to 20K. Tapos, kumita siya ng 25K. Sa pangatlo, 35. Sa pang-apat, 30K. Pang-lima is 28K. Okay. Pero ang ginastos niya ay nasa 100,000 as investment. Ngayon, kumita kaya siya? Tignan natin. Equate natin si 100,000 dun sa present values ng kinita niya. Okay? Yung 20,000, dalhin natin sa 0 by 0.15 raised to negative 1. Ibalik natin ng isang taon. Yung 25,000, ibalik natin ng 2 taon. Yung 35,000, ibalik natin ng 3 taon. Yung 30,000, ibalik natin ng 4. Tapos, lastly is 28,000, ibalik natin ng 5 taon. Ngayon, equal kaya siya? Equal kaya? O, tingnan natin. Equal kaya siya sa 100,000 o mas malaki ba siya sa 100,000? Ano ba? Okay. Pag kumuha tayo ng sum nito, P. So, i-calculate natin. 20 plus 35. Balik natin ng 3 years plus 30k. Balik natin ng 4 years plus 28. Balik natin ng 5 years. Sagot nila ay, bakit nag-error? Ay, hindi pala siya 90,000. Ang sagot dyan is 90,381. Kumita ba siya? Hindi, kasi mas mababa yung kinita niya kaysa sa 100k. 'Di ba, na investment niya. So, kapag tinignan mo pala, kapag sa economy pala, kapag inad mo kasi to ng direkta, 'di ba, pag inad mo siya ng direkta, that is 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 138,000 to. Pero kapag sa economy mo siya kinompute at tinignan mo yung interest or yung inflation, hindi ka pala kumita, guys. 90,000 lang kung ikukumpara mo sa 100k at times 0. So, dun yung makikita na hindi pwedeng direct sub, magkaiba yon, okay? So, not profitable. Lugi si businessman. Next, 2 proposals are being considered by a company for building a bottling plant. These are Proposal A, the construction of a building now costing 500,000. So, ngayon, magbayad ka na ng 500,000. Yun na yun. Proposal B, the construction of smaller building now costing 400,000 and an additional wing costing 200,000 at the end of 10 years. Okay? Pag titingnan mo, parang mas mahal si Proposal B, di ba? Kasi 400,000 ngayon, tapos another 200,000 after 10 years. Tapos, etong Proposal A, basta 500,000 lang, di ba? Assuming depreciation to be negligible, which of the 2 proposals is more economical by how much if interest is at 6%? Okay. So, tingnan natin. Gawa muna tayo ng cash flow. Yung cash flow ng A, kahit wag na, yung cash flow na lang ng B. Kasi basta 500,000 naman yun eh. Magbabayad ka daw ng 400k ngayon, bayad, so pababa. Tapos mag-additional ka ng 200k after 10 years. Okay. So, yan, 10 years. So, ang gagawin natin is, ipunta lang natin itong 200k sa presyo ngayon, sa time 0. So, 400k, sorry, yung 200k pala, plus 200,000, 1 plus 0.06 raised to negative 10. So, 400,000 plus 200k 1.06 raised to negative 10. 511,678.96 pesos. So, talagang mas mahal si Proposal B. So, economically, mas okay itong 500,000. Okay? Kasi ito, mas mahal ng magkano? 11,678.96. Okay? So, ang mas magandang kunin is si Proposal A. Next. A business firm contemplating the installation of labor-saving machinery has a choice between two different models. Machine A will cost 36,500 while machine B will cost 36,300. The repairs required for each machine are as follows: 1,500 at the end of 5th year, 2,000 at the end of 10th year, 3,800 at the end of 9th year naman yung machine B. Ayan. So, ano ba yung mas okay? Or mas makakamura siya? Kung titingnan natin, ito 3,500, diba? Pero magkaibang taon. Ito 3,800. So, parang machine A, no? Parang. O, tingnan natin sa economics. Tingnan natin kung uubra yung parang na yan sa economics. Si Machine A, ang pera niya, ang presyo niya ay 36,500. So, gumastos ka na 36,500 para mabili mo si Machine A. At the end of 5th year, gitna, ayan, yung ika-5, gagastos ka pa ng 1,500. Sa 10th year, gagastos siya ng 2,000. Yan. Dito naman, sa Machine B, ang gastos niya, mas mura ng konti, 36,300. Okay? And then, after the 9th year, gagastos ka ng 3,800. Okay. Now, tignan natin kung sino yung mas magastos. Dalhin natin lahat sa present. Okay? So, sa Machine A, gagastos siya ng 36,500 ngayon plus 1,500. Tapos, ika-5 taon. So, ibalik natin ng 5 years. Ang percentage ay 7%. Tama ba? Negative 5 plus 2,000. Ibalik natin ng 10 taon. Okay. So, compute natin. 36,500 plus 1,500. Balik natin ng 5 years plus 2,000. Balik natin ng 10 years. Yan, 38,000. Ang total cost niya is 38,586.18. Itong cost na to at time 0 At time 0. Present or present. Okay. Now, sa machine B naman tayo, ang presyo niya is 36,300. Nakamura ka. And then 3,800 lang, Ito kasi 3,500. Tapos ito 3,800. Tapos mas mura siya. 3,800. Pero ibabalik natin to ng 1 plus 0.07 raised to negative 9. So, sino kaya ang mas mura? 36,300 plus 3,800. 1 plus 0.07 raised to negative 9. 38,000. Mas mura pala to. 38,366.95, 'di ba? Kung titingnan mo, parang mas mura to kasi 3,500 lang yung gastos niya, tapos ang difference naman sa presyo is 200 pesos lang, 'di ba? Tapos ito 3,800. Okay? Ngayon, so syempre pipiliin mo si machine B. Tapos magkano kaya yung masisave mo? So i-minus mo lang siya. 38 minus 38,366 minus 38,586. 38,586.18. Nakamura ka ng around 219 or 220 pesos. Okay? So, ganun lang siya, guys. And that ends the lecture. Thank you for watching. I hope you've learned a lot.